Ryan's neighbor walked outside and found his windshield buried under layers of solid frozen ice overnight. One stolen parking spot turned into a full-scale winter revenge operation before sunrise even arrived. It was brutally cold that week. Absolutely brutal. 8 inches of snow fell overnight. Wind chill below zero. Roads completely miserable. Now Ryan normally drove an all-wheel drive SUV, no problem there. But unfortunately, that car was temporarily out of service, so he had to use his wife's Prius instead, and apparently that thing slid on air molecules alone. Ryan spent 45 straight minutes outside shoveling snow around that car. Freezing wind, frozen fingers, probably questioning every apartment decision ever made. Then they drove to the store for maybe an hour. Simple trip. Nothing unusual happened yet, but when they returned, Ryan immediately saw the problem. Their neighbor had stolen the exact parking spot he shoveled himself. Now, technically, the apartment parking was completely unassigned, but winter parking follows different social laws entirely. If somebody shovels a parking spot, everybody respects that afterward, because nobody enjoys unpaid snow labor before breakfast voluntarily. And honestly, most neighbors understand this automatically. Apparently, this neighbor woke up feeling especially bold that morning. Ryan got furious instantly. Not loud furious either, worse. The dangerously calm kind of furious people should absolutely fear. So Ryan quietly walked back inside the apartment. Then he filled 2-gallon jugs completely full with water. And instead of calming down like normal adults usually do, Ryan returned outside beside the neighbor's car silently. Then he dumped water directly across the windshield. Again, and then again. By the final jug, earlier layers already started freezing solid. Apparently, Ryan used almost 10 gallons total somehow. At that point, this stopped being revenge completely. This became weather engineering with emotional motivation attached. Now, let this really sink in properly for 1 second. That neighbor unknowingly parked inside an overnight ice experiment voluntarily. Temperatures stayed below freezing the entire night afterward. So every single layer hardened beautifully into solid, frozen punishment. The next morning became Ryan's reward for his dedication, because he got front row seats to the entire meltdown. The neighbor walked outside carrying one tiny ice scraper confidently. That confidence disappeared almost immediately after first contact. Every scrape revealed another frozen layer underneath somehow, like unlocking increasingly frustrating bonus levels nobody requested. Tiny, angry scraping motions started happening faster and faster. You could practically feel the regret through apartment windows. And honestly, stealing freshly beshoveled winter parking spots feels unbelievably personal, especially after somebody freezes outside clearing snow for nearly an hour. Now, later, internet people started calling Ryan completely insane. Somebody even claimed this counted as vandalism somehow. Ryan's response was basically, "It's frozen water, relax." And honestly, that somehow made everything even funnier. Because nature literally does identical things every single winter anyway. No damage happened, nobody got hurt, nothing actually broke. One guy just lost 10 miserable minutes before work, and probably learned a very specific parking lesson permanently afterward. Still though, Ryan absolutely could have handled this more maturely. But honestly, would maturity feel nearly this satisfying? So now I genuinely want to know. Was Ryan petty, or was this completely justified winter justice?